Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Lucid9, a mystery visual novel. Well, it's been a while since anything mysterious appeared, like really mysterious, and well, finally it's here. Let's begin. I step back and examine my masterpiece. Perfect. My favorite color. I've always loved red. It's different, brilliant, vibrant, unusual, a happy anomaly, just like me. Red isn't much for nature, really only shows up in autumn, and even then it's a dreary rust or no soothing cherry. And we just can't have that, not when it deserves so much more. A whispering breeze filters through my thoughts, brushing against my skin with icy fingers. I allow myself a moment to pause, to relish, to admire, to welcome the fresh scent of freedom. This is what I live for. When I open my eyes, I spot a frail leaf dancing upon the backbone of the passing wind, afflicting the world with its appalling shade of asparagus. I pluck it from its branch with the edges of my stained fingernails. Disgusting. How anyone could enjoy this color eludes me. A soft groan redirects my attention to my waiting masterpiece. It's lovely, really. Spread across the ground, face contorted with fear, twitching cold fingers clutching at empty air. Not my best work, unfortunately. The canvas died much quicker than I had originally expected, even when I tried to curve it a bit slower. Well, no matter. Today it shall be a palette for my paint. I make quick work of my new palette's chest, ignoring the twitching of post-mortem reflexes from its mutilated kneecaps. The sweet color of red, true crimson, pure scarlet, slings down its pallid abdomen, licking at the blossoming turf below. I dip my finger into the settling pool of blood. It's warm, sticky, like syrup, or settling gelatin. The sweet scent wafts to my nostrils. And I now just think, does this game has a sensor? Because, well, for some people, it sure might be too much, but I would actually want to play and see everything. Honey pop. Oh, not honey pop. Okay, I guess not. Alright, let's continue. It smells of iron, of rust, of all things sharp and beautiful. Now, a new canvas. I check my surroundings, evaluating the surfaces and textures and sizes and shapes of every object in sight. None are quite so satisfactory as human skin with its elasticity, its porous absorption, its innately warm tints, but a substitute is required. So a substitute I must find. Presently, I realize that I'm still holding that eyesore of a leaf in my hand. Well, I suppose it will have to do. In one bold fluid stroke, I sweep my paint across the leaf, the very essence of Van Gogh himself. Oh yeah, dear Vincent. The man cut off his own ear to send a message when words just didn't suffice. I always admired his style. I took a moment to appreciate the leaf's newfound radiance before searching for a proper display. Something like this deserves to be exhibited. I hang my canvas back on its branch. That's better. If only there was more of this color in the world. The unexpected interlude of my phone drives me out of my thoughts. The irritating thing just loves to ruin the climax. Yes? Is it done? You're always in such a rush. Well? Yeah, it's done. I was having a moment. There's more where that come from. You interrupted me, okay? You're the one who wanted to know when it was finished. A thrill leaps through my mind as my lips pull into a tenuous smile. Well, is it? Same time, same place as usual. You know the drill. I nearly clap my hands, but master myself for one final word. Understood. I cut the transmission and eagerly withdraw a small bottle from within my jacket. Only one pill left, but no matter, I'll be getting more soon enough. I pop the final capsule into my mouth, puncturing its skin with my teeth and rolling the bitter shell over my tongue. Now this is life! As a wave of euphoria sweeps through me, I turn from my handiwork, strolling out of the menu. Today's fun is over, but tomorrow will hold just as many pleasures. Yama Ishimoto? Huh? I sluggishly pull my head upward, fixing my eyes on the woman in the front of the classroom. Are you even listening? I hide an instinctive smirk. Technically, no. I've always found nothing more appealing than relearning history that's been drilled into me since age 6. Not that I can actually say that in all honesty, this teacher doesn't deserve that kind of close response. Yes, madam. Perfect! Summarize the whole section we've been reviewing. Oh shit! I glanced at the touchscreen board mounted behind the teacher, quickly skimming over the graphics and typography hovering on its surface. History of Isamu, our glorious metropolis, beginning 2000 years. Easy. Life was really boring for a while. We weren't in debt, we weren't at war, and we're basically doing nothing interesting. The teacher's lips burst into a thin line as the classroom erupts into snickers. I feel the slightest sting of regret and rain in my sarcasm. Then in 2007, America entered a debt crisis that caused a worldwide financial crash. Japan was one of the countries most affected by this, well, second to China. And why might that be? Because we're dumb about who we partner with. She taps her fingers impatiently on her desk, her eyes narrowing into slits. Well, she asked me to summarize the chapter. She didn't ask me how. Anyway, our glorious government didn't handle the situation so hot, so we had a lovely depression with all the all-time heights of unemployment and crime. Good effort, gold star. The teacher waves her hands as the class roars with laughter. Right, that's enough. I'll be needing to talk with you after class about your attitude, young man. In other words, grass is green. Elizabeth, perhaps you can salvage this explanation? Hello. She gestures a few seats to my right, where my lavender-haired classmate sits, her spine as straight as a ruler. I think there's a possibility to have a romance route in this game, so Elizabeth appears first. So, going with my rules, she will be the person we'll try to date. If there is an option. Actually, there is an option, but okay, the first thing we should actually... Never mind, I won't spoil you the thing. I don't really know, but I know, but I don't know. It's a mystery in visual novel, okay? So we have to solve a mystery, probably. Actually, for sure, but... You know what I mean, probably, maybe. Right, let's continue. I feel a curdle of disdain in the pit of my stomach as I lounge against my chair. Of course, Elizabeth Oshiro, class valedictorian, school poster child, and the area's golden girl. And the cutie. Nap time. I set my head in my arms as Elizabeth leaps to her feet, smiling warmly. Certainly, during this time, Japan fell into chaos. Public demonstrations, often violent, occurred almost every day. Furthermore, political scandals regarding the national government kept spreading. The teacher relaxes at Elizabeth's textbook recitation. She even shoots a quick glare in my direction, as if to say, "See, why can't you be like Elizabeth?" Eventually, local political powers became more effective than the centralized administration, hence why Isamu operates as smoothly as it does. Yeah, thanks to the Major's efforts. Perfectly done, Elizabeth. Elizabeth smiles primly and settles back into her seat, fixing her eyes on me with challenging disapproval. I only shrugged my shoulders, sending her an easy smirk. Ah, beautiful and brainy, she might be worthy enough to make my list. I glanced to my left, just in time to catch another classmate, Yahiko Ikari, winking conspicuously at Elizabeth. She clearly ignores him. Well, that's Yahiko for you. I can't remember a day when he hasn't tried to flirt with some girl or another. Nor can I remember a day where he wasn't flat out rejected. And that's good. Technically, he's my former roommate, which makes him my friend of 2 years. How close of a friend? Well, that's up for debate. Huh? She managed to deflect my charms. I wonder how. Me too! No one can resist the Yahiko Ikari. Yahiko? Yahiko clams his mouth shut as the teacher's strident command. She leans heavily against her desk, massaging her temples with her fingers. Alright class, thanks to Elizabeth we've seen where we come from. I'm sure you're all wondering what the point of this history recap was. Not really, no. We must study the past to understand the future. What? No, that's not how it works. As such, it's imperative that the next topic be taken seriously. So, where do you all see yourself 10 years from now? I'm barely able to stifle a snort. It's only the second day of school. Sure, this is a third-year class. Sure, we're preparing for the college entrance exam. Does that mean that we have to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives? I don't know what I'm going to eat for breakfast tomorrow. Same goes for the breakfast in 10 years. The teacher pointedly looks at me, a hard glint in her eye. Yama Ishimoto, perhaps you'd like to get us started? I'm tempted to say, no thank you, but that'd be pretty rude. I'll manage my parents' restaurant, I guess. A teacher's lips tighten ever so slightly. I know what she's thinking. No passion, no ambition. He will be a failure, this one. How can you know that? What if he will somehow join the Totsuki Academy? Well, actually that's a high school, so that's not a point. But maybe there is like a college. Who knows? It will pay the bills. What more can I ask for? Really, dude? Out of anything you could have picked, you picked a restaurant manager? Well, what would you suggest? And a bunch more, dude, like women and cars. And he criticizes me for lack of imagination. Come on, it's 10 years, anything can happen. The teacher shoots him a disapproving glare as his voice rises dramatically in volume. Yahiko, thank you for volunteering. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Yahiko beams and I feel a sudden sense of dread. Here goes, his dream, the one that I've heard no less than 200 times before. Well, Teach, I see myself with a Ferrari F500 under one arm, a Lamborghini Aventador 704 under the other, and a lot of beautiful women in between fighting for the honorable privilege of bearing my children. The class stares at him. Heck, let's have some fun. I whisper to him. What about the mansion? Oh, right. Take all that and put it in front of a 20,000 square foot mansion attended by a staff of 1,000 maids. And where is it located? Oh, it's in the Caribbean, on an island. A man-made island specifically constructed just for me, with my name laser engraved into the hill so that every plane that flies by sees that it belongs to. That's quite enough, Yahiko. Thank you for your input. Clearly, she doesn't believe in his dream. Actually, I don't think anyone except Yahiko believes in his dream. Same here. Then again, Yahiko has enough belief to make up for everyone else. Now, Umeka, what about you? As the rest of our classmates drone on about joining some kind of mega corporation like Lemniscate or Way Forward Pharmaceuticals, I lean closer to Yahiko. You forgot some things. I did? The yacht, the walking closet just for designer shoes, the private jet, a second mansion in Tahiti. Oh crap! I did! Hey, teach! Fortunately for the teacher, the school bell rings before he can grab her attention. My classmates immediately shove their belongings into their bags and bolt for the door. Meanwhile, Yahiko heads straight for the teacher's desk, eyes lit with excitement as he grabs on about his yacht, and his designer shoes, and his private jet, and his second mentioned deity. And basically, why do we not have seats like this in high schools? They are better. In high school we had like seats that were a desk and seats for 2 people, and you know, in rows. It sucked. It's better made in college, that's for sure. Alright, a restaurant manager, huh? And then there's Elizabeth, slipping into Yahiko's new vacant seat. She shifts her backpack's wave to the desk and raises a patronizing eyebrow at me. Well, sorry for being realistic, Mr. CEO of a mega corporation. Sorry that I actually have ambition, Mr. Manager of the family restaurant. What, should I have talked about having a mansion, cars and maids on my own personal island? You didn't even shoot for a restaurant not owned by your parents. If I'll kick the bucket one day, I might as well be the one who takes over. Have some respect, would you? I snicker at that. Respect? Me. I flash her bright, over-friendly smile. See you around, Lizzie. She fumes but forces herself to take a deep breath until her expression stills. Unfortunately. That was a pretty nice comeback, I'll give her that much. Beth, still up for lunch? A student slides through the door with a warm smile and a wave. I recognize her as a girl who's always with Elizabeth, don't know much else about her. In the blink of an eye, Elizabeth's face softens into a friendly grin. I'll be right there! Yep, just in case it wasn't clear enough, her hate is directed exclusively at me. She's the queen of angels to everyone else. So basically that might mean she's the hardest to get her heart stolen. And that's what we will try to do, probably. Particularly this girl, who I guess is the closest thing she has to a friend. Well, Ishimoto, it's been a pleasure. I bet it has. She lifts her chin and stiffly walks out of the room, nearly bumping into the startled Yahiko on the way out, as a train of second years, probably her groupies, pull her away. Yahiko sleeps next to me. Why did she talk to you? Not me, the great Yahiko Ikari, sorry. Maybe because there is a limit to how many brain cells she's willing to sacrifice for conversation. Beats me, she's been doing that for a while. Really? We were in the same class last year. Really? I'm not surprised that he just learned about this. Then again, to be fair, I don't talk to Yahiko much about my personal life. Yeah, something like that. It's not important. Yahiko avoids me for a second with an unusually stoic expression, but quickly shakes it off, his face melting to a grin. So what'd you think about my dream earlier? This again, on second thought, maybe we should have kept talking about Elizabeth. Same as the other 200 times you've told me. It has me Has it really? 203 to be exact. Huh? So that means you think it's amazing, right? Totally. I think it's the best dream in history, and it's original and it's realistic. Thanks, dude. But I don't think you're aiming high enough. Huh? What should I do? Aim for the moon. He gasps as if it's the best idea ever. The poor soul. Forget Tahiti and mansion on the moon? It would be the first. And probably the last. Just think about the possibilities. No one's even set foot on the moon. Imagine how famous I'll be if I built a mansion there. No one's even set foot. Seriously? Really, man? Either I stepped in the conversation at the wrong time or someone just came up with a really stupid idea. Enter Rihayata, my friend of 10 years. Technically, she's a grade lower than me, but that doesn't stop us from hanging out. Okay. She's stuck with me through thick and thin. She probably knows me better than I know myself. Beside her stands Masato Kurogane, hearty in both build and personality. If I had to describe him in one word, I'd use fire. Easily antagonized, hard to put out, and blazes every obstacle out of his way. Afternoon, little daisies. What's going on here? I'm gonna build a vacation home on the moon. Somehow I can't say I'm surprised. I know, right? I'm brilliant. Think the first man on the moon and the first man to build a mansion in it. You are so bright, you're blinding me. What have you been telling him? That a giant leap for him is a small step for mankind. She has to think about that for a moment, but I'm rewarded with a smirk. Clever. I know. Look, if you kids are done yapping, Yama and I got a head to track. What? I didn't think Yama was joining again this year. Of course he is. This is news to me. It doesn't seem like a good idea, considering he only went to one practice last year and ditched the rest. Well, he ain't ditching this year, ain't that right, man? Well, now that you mention it. What's that? You guys didn't even win last year. Masato, no need to make a big deal. Masato's eyes flare with the instinctual need to prove the worthiness of track. We're winning this year! I got a secret weapon! Really? Masato lights up at Rui's apparent interest. See, we lost last year cause we didn't have good names. This year, I've got a great one. He pauses for dramatic effect. Marvelous Masa! Silence. Well, then apparently is this a pretty good opportunity to joke around. Well, that's fantastic, and I call myself Speed of Light Mountain Destroyer. The hell? You should rename yourself to Streaking Shadow Dark Eradicator, then we'll be unstoppable. I know I'm going with that! Yeah, he isn't great with sarcasm. I smirk at him, but before I can elaborate, the PA above us crackles to life. The club fair is officially open in the courtyard! Feel free to drop by and check out some of what you fellow students have planned! Already at just the second day, maybe the school's just making everything happen faster this year. I don't really see why. Isamu Imperial Boarding Academy has always done well for itself, even throughout the recession. There's no need to change things now. Hey, it's club time! Let's go take a look! No thanks, I'd rather not be blacklisted. What does that mean? It means that she's afraid to go with you. You will outshine her so much that the class won't be interested in her. Oh! Rui glares at me, I only wink back. Well, you shouldn't worry about that, my dear Rui. I'm sure I can use my substantial sphere of influence to get you a good spot. I'm ready in a club, you know, drama club. Oh, right. She's been in the drama club since last year, and somehow he's still forgotten. Then, what was Yama talking about? Nothing, just acting like an idiot as usual. Thanks. Yeah, well, you know what they say, like attracts like. Rui elbows me sharply in the ribs, but her lips are pulling up at the corners. They also say opposites attract. Yeah, and we know which one you are. She slaps me playfully on the arm as Masato and Yahiko watch with blank stares. Okay, I am afraid that these two might have too great of a connection, so I might actually try to get a different ending. Did I just miss something? No more than you usually do. Yahiko frowns for a moment, but eventually shrugs the exchange off. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I need to find myself a club to grace with my innumerable talents. Innumerable, okay. They are innumerable, alright. So without further ado, I bid the farewell. He turns with a flourish on his hand, but Rui calls after him. You know that will be there, right? Huh? Club recruitment day. All the clubs will be here, including track and drama. Oh. Well, see ya there. He whisks out of the room. You're coming to man the track booth, yeah? Me. Like I'm track's poster child. In fact, I probably just scare away potential records. Man, don't think like that. You can be great asset, man. You just gotta believe. AKA every movie team ever. Team ever. I don't know, I wanted to say every movie theater, well, whatever. Every movie team ever. We exchange sneakers, but Masato grabs my arm. Really, man? You coming? Surprised by his sudden intensity, I contemplate it for a moment. It doesn't take long. Sure, why not? Really? Not like I have anything else to do. Masato grins, releasing my arm. Good, I gotta go set up, but I'm expecting you there. He dashes out of the room after a quick wave to Rui. She smiles back and promptly turns to me. Have you figured out why he wants you in truck so badly? Not a clue. She hesitates for a moment and glances around the room. Maybe you run fast, that's all. You know, you could join drama club instead. It could be a valid excuse for Masato. I think he just asked why I joined a different club when I could have joined truck. But still, I think you'd really like it. Honestly, it sounds like it could be pretty fun. Rui seems to enjoy it. She often claims that it's just like when we played make-believe as kids. And make-believe is one of the few things that I don't mind doing. But it's so much work. It's no more work than truck, idiot! Besides, it could be really fun. I'll take your word for it. She rolls her eyes and shoulders her back. Well, fine, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Some of us have club booths to manage, so I'm gonna get going. I'll go with you. We walk in step to the door, almost into freedom, and then the strident voice of the teacher rips through the air. Yama Ishimoto? Surely you didn't expect to escape so easily? Ah, yeah, my attitude problems. I turn to Rui, suddenly pleading. Bail me out. Not a chance. What? What? It builds character! I have plenty of character. Come on, throw up a distraction for me. I throw in a shameless dose of puppy eyes. She only pokes my forehead, sticking her tongue out. You win some, you lose some. Just be glad it's with a teacher instead of the police. She darts off as I call falteringly after her. But at least the police wouldn't bore me to tears. What was that, young man? I turn to find the teacher hovering right behind me. Whoops! Nothing. Great weather we're having, huh? She doesn't seem amused. At this point. At what point? It's the second day of school. Unless she's referring to teaching me last year. Come to think of it, yeah, that's highly possible. It's clear that detention is doing nothing for your toxic behavior. Well, yeah, because I can nap in detention. Therefore, I've taken the liberty of recommending you for therapeutic mentorship, which will take place on campus at the discretion of our dorm manager. Requirements will be 1 hour, 5 days a week. The mentor will need to sign off on every visit. The what now? Can they do something like that? Are you scheduling brainwashing sessions for me? Excuse me, you might call this big man, but civility and respect are integral cornerstones of our modern society. Okay, unless that teacher is hot, I will object. If she's not hot, and if she's a she actually, and she's hot, then I will not object. But if she's some old hunk, then no. If it does result in scrubbing away some sort of dead arrogance of yours, then I say good riddance. I'm shocked by this unusually passionate outburst from her. She slows her breath, shaking as she jabs a book and envelope at me. Take this, Mr. Yota's office, you know where it is. A teeny pinch of the tension releases Mr. Yota's dementor. Maybe this won't be so bad. I give the book a once-over. The cover is somber and 100% boring. Block letters proclaim primates of the 21st century, 100 plus correctional techniques to improve the mindset of any underdeveloped adolescent. Oh gee, I'm honored. Take it. I take it. Goodbye, Yama Ishimoto. She flounces out of the classroom, clearly fed up with the shenanigans. Alright. Wordlessly, I turn and head down the corridor. Guess someone's a little touchy, not that I can blame her. If I had a student like me, I'd hate him too. I tramp down the stairs to the first floor and stomp before the door at the edge of the hallway, bearing the sign J. Ryota, dorm manager. I rap sharply on the wood 3 times. And if someone is there, we'll find out in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you then. I really hope this game will be good. So far I enjoy it. Alright, bye.